So I see there is a lot more downside to come in silver and gold. I'm going to explain the reason why I see that in this video right now. So let's get straight into it. One thing I do see in this video right now, and one thing I do know that is by looking at this chart right now and by looking at what we're looking at right now, we can see that silver has been continued to lower high, lower high, lower high. Actually, this is gold, lower high, and breaking of the low through here. So very, very, very nice down bar through there, and also the silver price as well too. You can see the silver has actually been going sideways. If I bring this chart up here, which is 2 moving averages, you can see what I'm looking at here, right? You can see how the market's just been going sideways for almost a month there. How long is that there? Yeah, 25 days. So about 20 bars, 20 trading days. And so you can see that the market's been going sideways for quite some time, and then now, bam, we've got this breakdown bar from here. So I see that there's a lot more downside to come. If I bring this weekly chart up here, and I bring up my trend lines, if I squeeze my chart up, I can actually see that on a short-term basis, there's a little bit of support where we are right now, but this looks like it's ultimately heading back down towards the lows. I know that sounds crazy, and obviously that's not guaranteed, but you can see what's actually going on, right? You can see that this market's now breaking down, and I do see that there's a lot more, obviously a lot more downside to come. And you can see on the SLV price, which is obviously the ETF, you can see how much, you can see how much of a selling pressure, let's go through here. So how much volume came in on this down bar through here after this sideways movement and down bar. So I actually got into the SLV today, and I'm expecting a ride down to at least around the $13.70, $13.75 mark, somewhere around about there. If I squeeze my chart up once again, and then, so if I squeeze my chart up once again, so I can see that there's a bit of support around here, but the ultimate level, the first level here is that $13.75. So that's where I expect silver, and I expect the silver price now to go down. So you know, silver and gold are getting hammered right now, and there's just absolutely just continue the actual, especially the silver and gold stocks, right? GDX and so on and so forth, getting absolutely hammered. Now my long-term picture was always bullish on the GDX and the GDXJ. That has now completely changed. I've redone my analysis, looked at what the market's told me. And you know what, those weekly charts are lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, all the way down. So I do see, you know, that this sideways movement that we've been seeing in the metals right now is likely to see it's just this silver and gold is getting absolutely just smashed right now in the market. So I do see that there's a lot more downside to come with this breakout here. I think this is just the start of another downward leg in the markets. And again, my short-term target here is $13.75. I did get into some put options today on SLV because it's now falling through on the breakout on the downside, and we'll see what actually happens with there. So let me know what you think about silver and gold. What do you think is happening with silver and gold? Where do you think it's going right now? Obviously the trend is down, everything's down. It has broken out of this big massive sideways phase and was in for a while. And so SLV, especially SLV, looks like it's getting ready for a lot more downside to come when it comes to, you know, when it comes to the market. And so I'm not sure about gold. Gold has, if I bring up the gold chart through here, gold is getting really, really close to ultimately levels of support level here. It's been coming down for quite some time, so I'm expecting a bit of a rally back up and out of gold soon. So I'm not sure whether this is the last leg down on gold or what, or whether it's just going to continue this downward trend. Obviously, you want to just make sure you don't go with a downward trend, right? But it's basically had these 3 major stair steps down. So I think we're getting ready close to a bit of a relief rally out of the actual gold market. But the silver market right now is once again just sideways, having a breakdown. And on the actual silver price, I see a short-term target of $14.75 of where I have the short-term target on the silver and gold. So silver and gold are not looking good at all.